Here are 3 things that you might be doing at work, and if you are driving your coworkers insane. Don't shoot the messenger. Number 1, you interrupt people, like, all the time. And this isn't like, oh, in that one meeting she interrupted me. No, this is like constant. And you might not even realize it, but it is driving the people that you work with. Number 2, you are constantly complaining about how sick and tired you feel. And I'm not talking about people who have chronic illnesses, okay? Lord knows those folks are trying their best to hide it. No, I'm talking about like self-inflicted sick and tired. Like you have made being tired your entire personality. Eat a carrot. Go on a run. Number 3, you are overly sarcastic. Like, all the time. Way too much. And this isn't the kind of sarcasm that's like funny. It's like, hey Steve, is there a report in the folder? No, it's on top of the Empire State Building. Like, just stop. It's just, it's just not that funny. I feel like I could do a million of these. Hello?
Hey, it's your mom. I broke down on the side of the road and I have a tow truck here, but my card isn't working and my phone is dead.
Okay, what do you need me to do? I can come get you.
No, I'm with the tow truck company now, but they won't take my car until I pay them, and I can't use Venmo because my phone is dead. I need you to call the tow truck company and pay them over the phone. I'll pay you right back when I get home.
Okay, yeah, just give me the number.
Okay, it's 555.
Don't do it. What? Because that, my friend, is a scam. No, it's not. That's just my mom. I recognize her voice. That's not your mom. Your mom's fine. It's an AI voice scam. Hang up and call your mom. But her phone isn't working. Okay.
Don't hang up. I need
Hang
your
on,
help.
Mom.
Don't hang up. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, honey. Are you still coming home this weekend?
You were right. There are so many scams right now. Be careful out there. You got this, and follow for more. If I could just get this raise, I'd be so much happier. Well, you know what they say. Money can't buy happiness. Well, yeah, but it's just because happiness isn't a tangible thing for sale. If it was, you totally could. Well, you know what they say. More money, more problems. I'd say more money, different problems. Like when you don't have enough money, your problem is survival. Securing safe, warm, dry shelter. And when you're richer, you might have different problems, like self-actualization, purpose, greed. Well, there are poor people who are happy and rich people who are miserable. How do you explain that? Well, money can't technically buy you happiness, but it can buy solutions to things that make you unhappy. For example, if you can only afford to live in a dim, dusty, tiny apartment, but with more money you can move into a bright, clean, spacious apartment, which would mean the unhappiness from your home is now a non-issue. So it doesn't mean that the money bought you happiness. It gave you the power to control the situation. And then from there, it's up to you. Because money doesn't technically buy happiness. What it does is give us the power, opportunity, and space to more easily create it without the distraction of survival. Makes a lot of sense when you put it like that. Hi, and welcome to the job. We are so excited to have you. Here's your desk. Great, thanks so much. And here's your first project. We need you to create a production budget and then fill out a database. Oh no, I'm the new editor. Oh yeah, I know. We're just in between producers right now, so I need you to step in and help us out. It's just a simple spreadsheet in Excel. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can try to help with that. Man, I've barely been doing any editing in this job. If I have to fill out one more budget, I'm quitting. I have to talk to someone. Hey, can we talk for a minute? Sure, what's going on? So I've been here for about 30 days now, and I'm loving the team and the clients. That's great to hear, but I accepted this job under the pretense that I would be doing editing work since I'm an editor and that's what I specialize in. Oh yeah, you'll get an editing project soon. We all just kind of wear a lot of hats. So are you interviewing producers? Because I have some that I can recommend. Producers? Oh yeah, we're hiring. We're just waiting for the right one to come along. I printed out the job description, and here are the details and responsibilities for the editor role, 80% of which are editing. But so far, I've spent about 90% of my time making spreadsheets. Oh yeah, it's just a blip. You'll get back to editing soon. I'm afraid my skill set isn't being utilized here, and I'm not the best fit for this role. Yeah, I know. No one likes doing budgeting and spreadsheets. It's just something that finance says that we have to do. Well, I'd like to schedule a meeting with HR to see if we can resolve this. Would that be okay with you? Yeah, sure. You can try. Thanks. Hey Erin, can my resume be more than one page? In my opinion, no. If your resume makes it past the computer, a prospective employer will spend, on average, only 7.4 seconds skimming it. More likely than not, they will never look at that second page. Noted. So what do you think about having a picture of myself in my resume? I personally recommend not having a photo on your resume. I know in some places in Europe this can be a requirement, but in America, I would recommend not doing this. It can lead to unconscious bias, and they're gonna see a picture of you and they inevitably Google you. Okay, that makes sense. What do you think about having my social media links in my resume? If you're applying to a job where social media is relevant, I would say yes. However, even if you don't include your social media links, they will find your social media when they Google you. So always make sure that you're posting clean content online, even if it's from an account where your name is not attached.
How to talk about a resume gap in a job interview.
So I see on your resume that there's a gap. Can you tell me about what you were doing during that time? Oh yeah, I was just a stay-at-home mom. Nothing but diapers and Cocomelon for 3 years. It was actually kind of nice, but I am looking forward to being around adults again. And money. Money's nice. Yeah, so I made an intentional lifestyle decision to step back from full-time work in order to care for my children. During that time, I attended workshops, conferences, and even started creating content related to my field. And I am stronger, more driven, and focused than ever. I'm so excited to dive back into full-time work. It truly feels like I didn't skip a beat. Yeah, I got fired. Well, laid off, I guess. Gave that company 3 years of my life, and that's how they repay me. Unfortunately, I was affected by massive restructuring and nearly my entire team was let go. It was hard for me because I really enjoyed the clients and my team, but ultimately I'm grateful because it's allowed me to pursue this role here at NBC. Oh yeah, that. So I actually got fired, and I haven't really been able to find a new job yet. Unfortunately, I was let go from my previous role. The role was challenging in unique ways, and although it turned out to not be a great fit, it was a fantastic learning experience. You got this! And follow for more. Oh, you want to put that you worked at a daycare on your resume? Did you change diapers? Or did you maintain a clean environment, changing 30 plus diapers a day, potty training dozens of children, and regularly sanitizing surfaces? Did you watch kids? Or did you create a safe and nurturing environment for up to 15 children ranging from 9 months to 3 years of age, collaborating with 3 other caregivers? Did you talk with the parents? Or did you clearly communicate and coordinate with each parent to understand the specific needs and desires of each child? Did you teach the children? Or did you effectively interact with infants and educate toddlers working towards specific age-appropriate milestones? Did you feed kids? Or did you administer meals and any medications specific to each child's dietary restrictions? Did you play with the kids? Or did you create a fun and interactive environment, planning activities that both entertained and stimulated the children? Follow for more.
What to do when your company won't give you a raise for stupid reasons.
And just one more thing. I know that a few months ago we discussed me getting a raise. Figured that since some time has passed, maybe I'd follow up on that. Oh, okay. So let's put our heads together a little bit here. I would like to challenge you, right, to explore whether or not you really need a raise, right? Or perhaps you want a raise, right? We're gonna make that distinction. What do you mean? Well, you just seem to be getting along so fine. I mean, look at you. You have your beautiful fancy clothes. You drive a nice car, I see you. And didn't you just get back from that vacation in Florida? Yeah, I guess. So you can see how, unfortunately, my hands are tied. I wish that I could give you $1 million right now because you are such a rock star. I'm not asking for $1 million. But darn it, I can't. Need help? Yes, what is their deal? I knew I shouldn't have told Karen where I went on vacation. So when you've been trying to get a raise for a while but the company isn't responding, you really only have one piece of leverage. What's that? Quitting. The company can say no till the cows come home. That's the phrase, right? But what power do you have? Where you choose to work. So try this. What is somebody your age really spending money on, am I right? Oh, I'm honestly a little surprised that you feel comfortable bringing up my personal life during a salary discussion. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. It just seems like your current salary is more than sufficient. This is really important to me. I'm very proud of the value that I bring to this company as a project manager. And according to my market research, a project manager with my skill set and experience is making 10 to 15% more at competitive companies. I truly love working here and would like to remain in this role. In order to do so, I need to be fairly compensated. Well, how much of a raise would you need? A 10% increase would be sufficient. Well, I'll see what I can do. You got this. And follow for more. Okay, day 2 of the push-ups. I'm gonna do the first 5 on my knuckles and I think the rest regular, or I'll see how many I can do. By the way, if you're trying knuckle push-ups, don't just like go to it, look up the proper form or else you can crush your thumbs and break your hands. So, just putting that out there. Okay, first 5. I should probably take my ring off. 5, I can probably do. Yeah, I'll leave it. I always overdo things. Okay, next 5. 4, 5. Okay. And now the 10. Breaking it up a little bit today. I just took my dog on a walk. And it's like that weather where it's like kind of misty. And so I still have yet to drink my coffee. My AG1. Probably should have done that before this. 4, 5. All right, 20. You're up. Okay, day 1 of the push-ups. Okay, I'm gonna try and do all of mine at once. Okay. No, Olive! No! Stop! No! Okay, wait. That was 10, I think, or 12. All right. 17, 18, 19, 20. hungry. All right, you're up. Good morning, day 3 of the December challenge. I want to show you my breakfast roundup in the morning. This is my giant water bottle, and this is one of the best purchases I ever made. It's on my Amazon storefront. I have my AG1, which are my morning supplements I drink every single morning, and then my Liquid IV, which is electrolytes and is just amazing. One second, I gotta get a baby care for my dog. All right, starting out with my 5 knuckle push-ups. Maybe I can do more today. Didn't sleep that well last night, so let's see. I think that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're up. Hey, so how are you? How was your weekend? So this year the company's Q3, well, you know, it just didn't come out as good. So let me back up. So do you remember in January when we lost that client? So I have something to say, and I'm not sure if you're gonna like it. Please, please, please don't be mad at me. It's not my fault. Stop. Okay, so when you're delivering bad news to somebody, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. No matter what, it's gonna hurt, so you might as well just get it over with. Dragging it out, trying to deliver softer, it just makes it worse for the receiver. So try this. Listen, I got some bad news. There won't be a holiday bonus this year. I know that I originally told you that we were looking at 10%, but I just heard from the CFO that there will be no holiday bonuses for our team this year. I wish I had better news for you, and I'm here to answer any questions. You got this, and follow for more. How does that work? So with Forbes 130, did they just approach you and they were like, hey, you're on the list?
Yeah, so I actually was working with a publicist at the time, and he was like, have you thought about Forbes 30 under 30? And I was like, dude, I'm not, I'm not even qualified for that. And he's like, no, you're a shoo-in. Like, I'm going to apply for you. So some people think that you have to buy it, and I think some people do. Honestly, I do think some people do. And I mean, if you think that buying it is because you pay for a publicist who like handles it for you, then I guess in that sense you do kind of buy it. Yeah. But I could have done the application myself. You know, it was nice to have somebody do it for me and like push that forward.
Well, I think that's all the questions that I had for you. Do you have any questions for me before you go? Nope, I'm good. Wait, don't say that. Why not? I don't have any questions. Because you should always have 2 to 3 questions prepared for the end of a job interview. Really? Oh, well, what do I ask? You can ask anything you want to know. Questions like, if hired, who will I be reporting to in this role? Or if you could summarize the company culture in one word, what would it be and why? But the more specific the questions, the better. Okay, got it. And there's one more really, really, really important question you need to ask at the end of every single job interview. Well, hurry up. The interviewer's waiting. Yeah, who are you? How did you get in here? The question is, thank you so much for your time today. When can I expect to hear back about next steps? That way you're not left in the dark and you're given a time frame on when you can send a follow-up email. Hey, that's smart. Again, who are you? I'm Advice with Erin. I give practical career and life advice to help you feel more confident. Welcome back to another round of Advice with Erin, College Edition. Number 1, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Try to put yourself out there. Say yes to everything. If somebody invites you to an event, go, and if it's dumb, just leave. Number 2, buy a lot of underwear, because you're only going to do your laundry when you run out of underwear. Number 3, take at least 1 to 2 weird electives. I took martial arts one semester, and it literally changed my life. Number 4, be yourself. If you act like someone else just to make friends, those friends are never going to feel like true friends, because you're going to feel like they don't actually know you. This is an opportunity to start fresh. Take it. Number 5, get a credit card. Use it regularly and automatically pay it off every month. Start building that credit. Number 6, go to your career center on campus. That can actually be super helpful. And also intern as much as possible, even if it's just part-time. Number 7, you don't have to be best friends with your roommate. And if you find that the relationship is strained, try doing something fun with them. Sometimes it just takes a little bonding. Number 8, at the beginning of the semester when you get your syllabus, take a couple hours and input all the deadlines into your calendar. Literally game changer. Number 9, remember that you're paying to be there to learn, or you're spending your time to be there to learn. And finally, number 10, if you can, study abroad. Our boss just gave me more to do. I feel like everybody's just dumping things on my lap and like I already have so much to do. Ooh, I'm sorry. Hey, how's everything going over here? Everything's going well. Just finishing up these reports. Great, glad to hear it. Why'd you do that? Do what? Tell our boss that everything was fine? Oh, what am I supposed to do? Complain? I don't want to get fired. You don't have to complain. You just have to communicate. Let's try that again. Hey, how are things going over here? Busy. Yeah, I'm working on these 5 reports. I'm still waiting on data from Greg for the first one. Okay. And the second report is still with the design team, and then the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ones I'm still coordinating with the new business team to outline. Whoa, sounds like a lot. I'm handling it, but yeah, it is a lot. You know, let me talk to the new business team and see if we can push back some deadlines. I need you to have the time that you need to work on your actual priorities. Told you. Okay, you were right. You got this, and follow for more. All right, now I just have one last question for you here. The salary range for this position is $75,000 to $85,000. Does that align with your expectations?
Oh, I think I'm supposed to negotiate this.
Do you think you could do like a little higher? You know, like 87,000? Well, stop. Don't do this. Never negotiate until there's an offer on the table. Not only is it like improper etiquette, but it's also just not an effective negotiation strategy. You need to focus on selling yourself as the perfect package to the company. Make them obsessed with you. Then when they give you the offer, you've got a lot more leverage. Try this. Congrats, we'd love to hire you. Here is your offer letter. Please sign and send back so that we can get you onboarded as soon as possible. Wow, thank you so much. I am so excited to get started. I would love to sign this offer letter right now, but unfortunately, after reviewing the details, I will need a salary of $87,000 in order to do that. And if you can help me make that happen, I will start on Monday. You got this, and follow for more.
How to answer what are your salary expectations when the salary range is listed in the job description.
So, what are your salary expectations for this role? I saw that the job posting said that the salary range was $80,000 to $110,000. Is that still the case? Yes. Does that align with your expectations? Well, it depends on other elements of the compensation package, but I would say that the higher end of that aligns with my expectations. Hey, great news! We'd love to offer you the job. Do you accept? Yes, I accept. Thanks, but how much is the pay? Double it, and we got a deal. Hey, great news! We'd love to offer you the job. Do you accept? Wow, thank you so much for your offer. I'm so excited to join the team. Would you mind emailing me the offer letter so that I can review the specifics? Sure. Okay, $105,000 a year plus healthcare, a 401k match. Okay. Hello, again, thank you so much for your offer. Considering my industry experience and additional skills in the new AI systems, an annual salary of $115,000 seems more appropriate. Can you help me get closer to that number? If so, I'm ready to start ASAP. We can meet you in the middle at $110,000. Does that work? I can agree to that. Thank you so much. Feel free to send over the revised offer letter. You got this! And follow for more. Hey, would you mind taking on Kelly's work while she's on maternity leave? I'd ask somebody else, but I know I can trust you. No problem, I got it. Hey, I just sent you another brief. Can you get that to me by today? Already finished. Check your email. Hey, here's another project. I know that you're busy, but... Got it, another project. Cool. Great opportunity for me to impress my boss, showcase my value, and stay here until 3 a.m. Gotta get that promotion. Hi everyone, we are announcing promotions today, and David is now a senior consultant. What? But I work way harder than him. Performance punishment. Huh? Performance punishment. So, because you work so hard at your job and go above and beyond every day, your boss rewards you by giving you more work without any additional promotion or pay. It's called performance punishment, and it's kind of a thing. Well, how am I supposed to get promoted if I don't go above and beyond? What, cross my fingers and hope? You need to pair showcasing your capabilities with constantly reiterating your goal of being promoted. And be specific. I am doing this work because I want to be a senior consultant by December 2025. And if your boss isn't collaborating with you and advocating for you to make that happen, you need to leave and go somewhere where your work will actually be appreciated. Overworking yourself, coming in early and staying late, it no longer equals a promotion or a raise. Working smart, gaining visibility, and making your goals crystal clear, now that does. And if that doesn't work, you need to find a new job. You got this! And follow for more. Here's my theory behind why so many people feel unstuck in their jobs and they just don't know what to do about it. Okay, let me blend this out. My theory is that there are two different ways that people live their lives. There's lifestyle-centered, and then there is career-centered. Lifestyle-centered means that you have a lifestyle and you choose a job that fits in around that lifestyle. And career-centered means that you pick a career and then you form your lifestyle around that career. Some examples. An example of lifestyle-centered is somebody who wants to spend their time on Earth traveling the world. So they become a freelance virtual assistant, not really something that they're passionate about, but it allows them to travel the world. Career-centered is someone like a doctor. They want to be in a hospital, they want to save lives, that's what they want to do with their life. They'll go to whatever school, wherever residency takes them, because they want to spend their time being a doctor. But the problem is that 95% of the population is lifestyle-centered, but they're living a career-centered life. For 99% of human history, humans didn't have the ability or the luxury to pick their career. They just did whatever was available to them. Like, the concept of a career is pretty new to humanity. But today, as society progresses, we have more choices. But most people take a passive approach to their career. They go with the flow, and then one day they inevitably wake up and think, how did I get here? So if you are career-centered, you want to be a doctor, a Broadway star, president of the United States, go for it. Intentionality is everything. But if you're like most of the population and you just want to live your best life, Don't think about what kind of job you want to have. Instead, think about what kind of life you want to live. And then find a job that fits into that life. Whether that's working a 9-to-5, being a freelancer like me, running your own business, whatever it is. My bet is that you're not feeling unhappy because you picked the wrong job. My bet is that you're happy because you feel like your life is lacking purpose and meaning. So don't start with the job. Start with your life. And find a job that fits in with that life. You got this, and follow for more. There's something that we need to address regarding salary. Being a content creator who talks about career advice, I obviously talk about salary in a lot of my videos, and it can be really difficult because you guys vary so much on where you live. But I just want to say a good salary completely depends on where you live. For example, a lot of people talk about how they make 6 figures, but 6 figures doesn't mean what it used to mean, especially in cities like New York, LA, San Francisco. Don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of money. But it's more common to make 6 figures in cities nowadays due to inflation. But there is still a difference between high 6 figures and low 6 figures. That's why people should differentiate if they're making high or low. You can say you're making 6 figures and you're either making $900,000 a year or $100,000 a year. And obviously those are different. 6 figures also means something completely different depending on your living expenses. For example, someone living in a small town in Texas making $75,000 a year might theoretically have more cash on hand than somebody making $100,000 a year living in a place like San Francisco. It all really goes back to your lifestyle and your cost of living, do you know what I mean? And for the record, the average salary in the United States is around $51,000. So I guess all I'm trying to say is be less focused on the number of your salary and more focused on the wealth that you're building for you and your family.
I desperately need your help. I'm on the job hunt and I'm 6 months pregnant. I have a second round interview with a company and they want me to do it in person. My first interview was virtual, so I didn't tell them I was pregnant since I didn't want it to work against me. But now I obviously can't hide my baby bump. I know I'm qualified for the job and I really want to get it. But when do I tell them I'm pregnant? Do I hide it or should I just tell them right now? Help.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. So I want to be clear. There is no silver bullet secret maneuver I can do that will force them to recognize your humanity, not discriminate, and give you the job and everything's going to be sunshine and roses.
Yeah.
This is a high risk situation and we can't guarantee any specific outcome. In my experience and in my opinion, and someone can disagree with me, I would say something in writing to them like, hey, very excited for the in-person interview. Just so you know, I'm 6 months pregnant. Do you have parking options? Where's the best place for me to be? You know, you're not asking for any special treatment but you're giving them a heads up.
Yeah.
And now we have established in the paper trail that you are pregnant. They know you are pregnant and you're qualified and you're doing the interview. And now if you're wrongfully denied the employment, we've got a little more ammo if we want to pursue action that way. Yeah. But also think of it this way. Like, I know it's scary. If you're showing at 6 months, they're going to see, and it's better to have the paper trail establishing it in writing than for them just to say, oh, we went another direction. And it's an opportunity to see what kind of people they are and if you want to work with them. Because if they ghost you or they freak out that you're pregnant, you don't want to work with them anyway, even if you couldn't sue for it. It's a great integrity test. But if they're like, oh my gosh, congratulations, here's the best place to park and bathrooms are over here if you need to go and we're so excited to see you, like, now you know you're with good people. Yeah.
And obviously, our total dumpster fire of a healthcare system. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, we can all agree that our healthcare system does not function correctly. And we spend more per capita than any European country on healthcare, and yet most of us don't receive government healthcare. And that's actually another thing that I see a lot of Europeans will comment, like, how do Americans not have healthcare? And I'm like, oh, no. We have robust, free, quote unquote, free healthcare here. It's just not for the middle class.
Yes. I bring up healthcare a lot wherever I go because it is interesting.
So interesting to me.
And one thing I think that people don't understand is taxes are much higher in Europe. So you might not feel like you're paying for your healthcare, but you are paying more in taxes, and that typically does go to your healthcare. And I think that the idea in America, although I agree, I don't think it's working, is you should save up your money to then, if you need healthcare, you have the funds to pay for it. But that's such an unknown, and the prices can vary extraordinarily.
So if you come into this big room and you turn, this is gonna be our kitchen, and we're gonna have, sink, fridge, oven, cabinets. It originally just had a little kitchenette right here, but we wanted to do a full kitchen because we want to actually spend some time here. And then we're gonna have our big window right here. This is also going to be a window that opens, which is gonna be lovely. And then this is going to be a big, really nice, like really, really comfy couch because we don't have a lot of furniture in here. And then this will be a ladder. You can go up to the loft, which is where people are going to sleep. There will be a bed up there, and I want to do like a little projector or a TV to make it a really, really nice loft. And there's going to be a window up there as well. And yeah, Olive came in hot. If you guys have any
suggestions if you're like, Aaron, you should move that over there. Aaron, you should buy this thing for your little cabin, your little tiny house. Let me know. Oh, they're also in a fireplace so that when it's snowing, you have this nice wood-burning real fireplace here. It's gonna be so nice. I can't wait.
Something that people do not talk about enough is the quality of sleep that you get when you lay your head down on your pillow, when you know that your finances are in order. Like when you know how much you're bringing in every month, how much you're spending, you got that auto investing into a Roth IRA so you're set to be a millionaire when you retire, you got your 401k set up, like you know your debts, you know how much you should be getting paid, because then the rest of that money, you can spend it guilt-free. You can buy that Chipotle, you can buy that shirt, you can book that vacation because you know that you're good. You have a plan to pay off your debt. You're saving for retirement. Your rent is the proper amount. Or if things are tight, you have a plan to negotiate a raise or pick up a side hustle. But you're managing your money, so your money isn't managing you. And I know, guys, looking at your bank account can be really rough. And it's not a fun thing to do, and debt is stressful, and investing is confusing, and there's just a lot of emotions wrapped up in money. But if you can just spend some time taking inventory of where you're at, and y'all, there are so many great apps out there that can help you do this. Like, you're good. Like, you go right to sleep because you know you're good. You got this. And follow for more.
Hey Aaron, hi. Wait, where are you?
Oh yeah, I'm at the beach this week. Where are you?
You've been at the beach all week? I didn't even realize. Wait, how are you working so well at the beach?
Oh, it's easy.
You know, I even partnered with HP and Intel to show you how easy.
You see, I have the HP Envy X360 AI laptop with AI accelerating Intel Core Ultra processor. So it's kind of insane how productive this computer makes me.
How does a computer make you more productive?
Well, it has a bunch of AI tools that help.
Ooh, like what?
Well, instead of rereading long email chains, I can get AI-generated summaries.
Whoa.
And I bet you couldn't even tell that all my friends are partying in the next room because I use AI to mute distracting background noises.
You're right, I couldn't tell. Amazing.
So, you don't care that I'm at the beach right now?
Well, why would I? I mean, you're getting all your work done, and that's all that matters.
You got this?
How to have better conversations over the holidays.
So, you're still in the city, right? I always see the crime reports on the news. How are you staying safe? Okay, Chicago. Tell me about Chicago. What are some of your favorite things to do in the city? Oh my gosh, so much. I love to go out to eat, go to concerts, hang out with my friends. So, how's the job? It's good. Yeah, it's, it's a job. Okay, walk me through a day in your life. So it's Sunday morning, you wake up, what do you do next? Let's see. Well, I've been trying to take cold showers first thing in the morning, and then I'll typically take my dog to the dog park after that. Well, you look like you've lost some weight. Has somebody been hitting the gym? A little keto? I actually haven't been eating due to my chronic anxiety about literally everything, but thanks for noticing. So what's been interesting to you lately? Do you have any hobbies? Well, I've been really into running lately, and I'm thinking about signing up for a half marathon. So, do you have a boyfriend yet? When are you going to bring somebody home for the holidays? Nope, no boyfriend here. So is dating something we want to talk about? Are we living our best single life? Do you want me to change the topic? Yeah, I'd rather not. Thanks for giving me an out. You got this, and follow for more. Have you ever wondered why we celebrate Labor Day? Well, here's the 411 and why it's so relevant today. So basically, during the late 1800s, capitalism was popping off. And all this new technology like AI, assembly, trains, steel, was all coming on the scene and making work a lot more efficient. And while this was fantastic for capitalistic warlords, it wasn't so great for the average American working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Weekends, PTO, retirement, never heard of her. People were literally dying at work. They were getting sick, they were living in slums, they were getting paid absolutely nothing, their kids were working with them. But then we heard about a little thing called unions. It's when all the little guys get together and they're more powerful than the big guy. So on September 5th, a bunch of New Yorkers were like, hey, how about we don't go to work today? We go over to the square, now called Union Square, and we just have a barbecue and protest. But the capitalistic warlords did not like this boundary setting. They were like, just work 200 hours a week for $1. What's so hard? But Americans were like, no, we're not gonna do that. So they organized, they protested, they fought, it was violent. And that is the only reason why we have a 40-hour work week, weekends, PTO, benefits, any of that stuff. So that's the 411 and happy Labor Day. Okay, I just saw a post on LinkedIn and I need to know if you guys have been through this too. So the person had gotten rejected from a job because they thought that she lived too far away. Like they thought that it would take too long for her to get to work. And it reminds me of when I was rejected from an internship because I was living at home with my parents. I wasn't living in the city. And I was like, yeah, I'll just commute to work. It's not a big deal. I'll wake up early and do it. And they were like, yeah, no, that's too far away. We can't do that. And I was like, why does where I live impact my ability to do the job? Like I'll wake up at 5 and drive in. I'll find parking. Like I'll make it work. And it just made me so frustrated because I was like, you're literally discriminating based off of where I live. Like, it won't affect you at all. You won't even know the difference. And I just want to know, has that ever happened to you? Hey, should I start working on the new campaign for Client A? What? Yes, you should be halfway done with that by now. Okay, on it. Hey, where's the presentation for Client B? I'm not sure. Maybe Joe's working on it? I literally just told you that it was due today. This morning you confirmed that I should be working on Client A's campaign. No, Client A's campaign was pushed. I told you that. Are you sure that was me? Because this morning I checked in with you and you said that this should almost be done by now. No, I didn't say that. Well, that's the way I understood you, but I'll get started on Client B right now, and I'll be sure to verify in writing in the future to avoid any miscommunication. Yeah, and you should probably quit if you have a boss like me, because I'm gonna drive you insane and literally never change. You got this, and follow for more.
How to respond to an incredibly rude person.
So I was thinking that this idea would be really appealing to the client because of the ability to scale. That's it? Really? That's what you've been working on for 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. It's better than that crap you presented. Oh, you don't like it? I mean, I could redo it. I have other ideas. Stop. Okay, so if somebody's being downright rude to you at work, it's best to take a beat. Let their words hang in the silence. And then respond in a way that will drive them crazy. Completely composed and professional. Try this. That's it? Really? That's what you've been working on for 2 weeks. Brad, is that normally the way that you feel comfortable talking to people in the workplace? No. Yes. That was a trick question. You got this, and follow for more. Yes, so this week I have to complete 3 reports, get back to ABC Company, and then, oh shoot, there's one more thing. Sorry. Hey, take your time. There's no rush. Okay, sorry, and then, we have to get back to one of our vendors about the date change. Okay, and do you have an update on the vendor? Yes, sorry, but I'm just waiting on Hannah. She hasn't sent over the paperwork yet, but I think she's just tied up. It's probably not her fault. It seems like you have a lot going on this week. How are you feeling? I'm feeling great, yeah, it's super good. This will all be no problem. I don't know, this is a lot. Nothing I can't handle, I'm on top of it. How about let's push the internal review for ABC to Monday? It's not urgent and it'll give you more time to focus on other tasks. More time? Yeah, it's no problem. Oh, okay. You got this, and follow for more.
How to trick yourself into sounding more confident in a job interview.
Number 1, know that they already love you. They looked at your application and they were like, damn, we need to talk to this person. The person interviewing you is not looking for reasons to reject you. They are looking for reasons to hire you. So live up to their expectations. Make all their dreams come true. Number 2, look good. We all know, when you look good, you feel good. That's not girl math, that's straight fact. Number 3, use a downward inflection. When we're nervous, we tend to go up at the end of our sentences, and using a downward inflection will help you sound more confident. Number 4, don't think of it as an interview, think of it as a meeting. Do your research. Go on with some questions. Do you even want to work at this company? And number 5, use affirmative language. When in doubt, keep things positive. Yes, I'd be happy to elaborate on that. What I find interesting about this company is, if hired, I'd be more than happy to help with that. You got this, and follow for more.
Can you do me a really quick favor and tell me that I cannot run a half marathon?
Okay, here's the deal. Some people are motivated by medals, awards, trophies, competition, getting into shape. I, however, am not motivated by any of that. I am motivated by spite. Here's the problem. My husband got like half my family to sign up for the Richmond Half Marathon in November. And everybody's like, oh, Aaron, you could totally run it. And I'm like, I know I could. That doesn't work for me. I need someone to tell me, Aaron, you cannot physically run a half marathon. Okay, here's some things to work with. Number 1, I am 5'0". Number 2, built like and run like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And number 3, the cherry on top, I have chronic sports-induced asthma. I've never been able to run long distances. Cards are really stacked against me on this one. So, do you think that I could run a half marathon? I need some motivation. Thanks in advance.
I really do believe, and maybe this is naive, but I really do believe that if you work hard enough and if you are smart enough and if you are good enough, right? Like, I really do believe that it can happen. And so I really try to tune out all the noise about, streaming is killing the industry and everyone's upset. And it's like, okay, there's nothing I can do about that.
It's just not very productive to me. It's like, okay, we know where the problems are. Let's find the solutions here.
Yeah.
And people still want movies and TV shows. They're still getting made.
Yes.
People are still getting paid to make them.
So why not me?
You can just be one of those people.
And that also is what delusional people say about the lottery. So,
hey, someone's gonna win it.
You know,
why not me?
You want to put that you are a pharmacy tech on your resume? Do you fill prescriptions? Or Did you carefully measure prescriptions, prepare and print labels, filling 50 to 200 orders daily? Did you do inventory? Or did you manage inventory for over 800 behind and over-the-counter medications? Did you deal with customers? Or did you serve over 200 customers daily by taking prescriptions, answering questions, billing insurance, and handling payment? Were you, confidential about things? Or did you respect customers' privacy by maintaining strict confidentiality and respecting HIPAA laws? Did you answer the phones? Or did you manage phone calls across 12 lines, taking prescriptions, answering questions, and addressing customer concerns? Follow for more. Okay, I was not planning on making any videos today, but with all these layoffs going on, here are 3 things you need to do the second you get laid off. Number 1 is to take a deep breath. You are not your job, and being laid off is not embarrassing or shameful. It means that the company you worked for made poor hiring priorities, and you and your coworkers are facing the consequences. It is not a reflection of your worth. These things just happen, and everyone understands that. Number 2, immediately before anything else, gather your materials. This is anything that you might need in the future, like things on your laptop, presentations, reports, anything that you may need to access down the line for your portfolio, resume, or cover letter. Also send out a Slack or email to everybody saying it was a pleasure to work with you. Here's my personal email, my LinkedIn. Number 3, ask HR for a layoff letter. It should be a written letter detailing your last day, your last paycheck, and severance if any. Next, Google how to apply for unemployment in your state. Again, you did not get fired. Do not let this dent your self-esteem. This could be a blessing in disguise. It could be a space and time allowing you to do something you've always wanted to do. I'm really sorry this happened to you, but I hope that it can lead to something great. Follow for more career advice.
5 things that should be on every resume.
Number 1 is your name. Always make sure your name is visually the biggest thing on the page. Try to keep it up top in the middle or to the left. Number 2, your contact info. Always include at least your email and phone number, but you can also include your LinkedIn, your website, your city. Number 3 is your education. So if you're still in college, you can include high school and your current college with your expected graduation date, and other things like your major or your frat or sorority, your GPA if it's good. Number 4, your work experience. You should always include your job title, the company that you worked at, and the dates that you had that job. And then underneath, you can list your duties, your responsibilities, things you accomplished, bullet points. And last but not least, you're going to want to include your skills. So this is where you can list some of your hard skills. Languages that you speak, softwares that you know, any certifications or training that you have. Follow for more. I'm going to teach you the one trick to instantly become more confident. Drink coffee. Just kidding. But for real, I'm not talking about that half-baked, insecure arrogance thing that seems like it's confidence, but it's really just insecurity. No, I'm talking about relaxed, happy, quiet confidence. Okay, so you know that little voice that you have inside your head? You know, the one that's like, you look awful today. Your career is going nowhere. You are never gonna get married. You have no friends because no one likes you. That little voice is going 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year, no vacations, no time off, every single second of your life. It does not shut up. So that is why you need to be your own best friend. The trick is to talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. So whenever you hear yourself saying something damaging, self-critical, self-sabotaging, dramatic, untrue, stop yourself and think, if my best friend was saying this out loud, what would I say to them? I look so awful today. I wish I didn't have to leave the house. Wait, stop that. You look great today. I mean, yeah, maybe you could iron your shirt and, brush your hair, but you look good. You look great. You have to be your own best friend. That means speak kindly to yourself. I mean, call yourself out sometimes, hold yourself accountable. Because it's what best friends do. They don't just give you compliments all the time. They give you pep talks. They tell you to snap out of it. They tell you to get it together. You need to be your own best friend because nobody spends more time with you than you spend with you. The way that you speak to yourself becomes your reality. You got this, and follow for more.
How to get time off of work for your mental health.
Hey Erin, so my mental health is really struggling and I'm feeling really burnt out from my job. Do you think that I should quit? I just need a little break. I'm sorry you're feeling so bad. You don't have to quit your job though. Just take off some time using FMLA. What's that? FMLA is the Family and Medical Leave Act. It's a federal act that allows eligible employees to take off 12 weeks of unpaid leave while keeping their job in healthcare. To be eligible, you have to have worked at the company for 1,250 hours or 12 months. They have to have 50 employees within a 75-mile radius, and then you have to have a qualifying reason. But it's not just for your mental or physical health issues. You can use it for adoption, pregnancy, fostering, caring for a sick relative. You don't even have to use it all at once. You can use it a few weeks here and there as necessary. How do I use it? Well, every company is going to have different policies and procedures when it comes to using FMLA. So start with going to your manager in HR and seeing what steps you need to take. Make sure that you document everything in writing. And if anyone gives you a hard time, just contact an employment lawyer in your state. They can help you advocate for yourself. Thanks, Erin. I'm gonna look into this. You got this, and follow for more. If you need motivation to quit your job, hi, I'm Erin. I give career advice to millions of people on the internet and have helped
God knows how many people quit their job to do something better. It's nice to meet you. And you've stumbled across Erin's slightly chaotic but extremely effective guide to quitting your job to just do something else. You are already closer to death than when you first started this video, so let's not put this off anymore. Step 1, list all the things that you hate about your current job and what you'd like in a new job. We love a self-aware bestie and know that all jobs have pros and cons, so let's figure out what really matters to you. Step 2, list out 10 to 20 companies that you would like to work for. Erin, how do I find these companies? Google, Southwest Airlines, Cracker Barrel. Yeah, just name 3. Just kidding. Go on Glassdoor or LinkedIn and lurk around a little bit, talk to people, just try to figure it out. Next step, I want you to reach out to those companies. Go on LinkedIn, click connect, and then click send message. Hi, I'm Erin. I'm a video editor based in New York, and I'm really interested in working for ABC Company. Could you point me in the direction of the right person to talk to? That's it. Just that. And then follow up like a week later. Send that message to like 20 people. Try it out, let me know what happens, and follow for more.
A recent study found that 1 in 5 employers have had a college graduate bring a parent to a job interview. At first when I read this, I was like, there's no way. But after sleuthing the internet and consulting and chatting with some first-person sources, yeah, this has kind of been a thing. And many people have told me that they have received phone calls and emails from parents trying to set up interviews for their adult children with college degrees. Which brings me to my next point. Many people, when they read that headline, will blame the young adult. How could they be so unprofessional and immature? But I'm over here blaming the parent. Elder millennials, Gen X, some baby boomers. What are you doing? You know better than that. Let your kid go to the interview. Just let them figure it out. Sure, help them pick out an outfit and do a mock interview with them, absolutely. But back off, or at least wait in the parking lot. And just a general reminder for anyone entering the workforce who doesn't know, because we did just come out of a literal pandemic, you gotta dress up for a job interview, even a virtual one. Put on a blazer, comb your hair, look good. It should just be you and the interviewer. Ask them how they're doing, let them ask you a few questions for, 20 to 30 minutes, and then you should have 3 to 5 questions prepared for the end of the interview. And if you need a full prep guide, go watch this YouTube video. It's free. You got this! Follow for more.
Okay, y'all, so I don't cry often. And I certainly do not take videos or photos of myself crying. But this broke me. So I was looking on Volunteer Match to see if I could find a career center local where I could go review people's resumes in person and help them with their interview prep and all of that. And I came across a posting for an elder home, isolated older adults, and all they want is 1 hour a week in the park, and they just want to play Scrabble. They just want somebody to play with once a week. I don't know why this is making me so sad. My grandma loves to play Scrabble, and she lives in Texas, but I have to do this. I suck at Scrabble, though. So you get to be CEO. I have a question. Did you have a Mufasa looking over the kingdom moment where you drive past all the 7-Elevens and you're like, I control all these 80,000 7-Elevens or whatever?
Yeah, close to 80,000 now. Yeah.
Crazy. Did that psych you out? All these people's livelihoods are kind of in my hands.
No, when it first happened, it was obviously very exciting. It sinks in the magnitude of what you're taking on, and you vacillate back and forth. You have the natural insecurities of, am I really going to be able to pull this off?
Yeah.
Am I really worthy of this role?
Yeah. Yeah.
Little imposter syndrome creeps in, even Mr. Confident, right?
Even this guy's got imposter syndrome.
It happens.
We all have it.
It happens, right? But you've got to fight through it, because at the end of the day, you are good enough to do it. It's just a matter of focus and discipline and learning. You have to keep learning.
How to respond when a coworker steals credit for your work.
Hey Jen, great job on that newsletter. Thank you. What are you talking about? I wrote that entire newsletter. You just sat in the corner Snapchatting some guy and eating Chipotle. Leave Chipotle out of this. Yeah, Jen, you really helped me out on that one. Excuse me, where is my credit? Hey Jen, great job on that newsletter. Thank you. Hey boss, have a minute? Sure. What's up? Thanks. So I'm really happy that you were satisfied with the newsletter. I just checked the analytics and we had a 60% open rate and a 4% click-through rate, which is great. I know that you had little oversight in our day-to-day, so I just wanted to let you know that while Jen did help out with outlining, I actually ended up writing and designing the entire newsletter myself. Oh, really? Huh. I saw her name on the project. Yes, but in order to get it done right and on time, I jumped in. I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm very happy that it's a success. And I'd be happy to officially lead these moving forward. Well then, I sincerely apologize for not giving you the credit. You did a great job. Thanks for telling me. You got this, and follow for more. Listen, okay. If If you have a job interview coming up and you're a little nervous about it, here's why you need to stop being nervous. You do not need to get them to like you. They already like you. They would not be interviewing you if they didn't think you were a good fit for the role. That would be a waste of time for them. They're not doing that. They looked at your application, they loved what they saw, and they just want to meet you in person. Listen, they are hoping and praying that you are the answer to their problem. You are the perfect person for the job because then they can be done with work for the day. They are not looking for reasons to reject you. They are looking for reasons to hire you. The interview is just a formality. It's a meet and greet. It's a personality thing. And it's a mutual thing. You're both looking at if you would be a good fit for each other. So go into that job interview, let go of trying to impress them. You've already impressed them. Be the solution to all their problems. That's all they want. Trust me.
How to answer where do you see yourself in 5 years for an internship interview.
Hi, thanks for coming in today. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, so in 5 years I'll be 20, 21. Well, my real dream is to be a travel blogger, so hopefully in 5 years I'll be a digital nomad. 22, 23. 5 years I'd like to be married, have a house, 2 to 3 kids, an Academy Award. Hi, thanks for coming in today. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a good question. As I'm only 20, I'm very much aware that I still have a lot to learn about the industry. So my goal for the next few years is just to continue to be a sponge and learn about what careers are out there and what I'm passionate about. But with that being said, I'm definitely sure that I'm passionate about development and production for narrative work. Right now, I see myself living in a place like New York or LA and working in development, honestly, for a company like this one. I see myself listening to pitches, reading scripts, and working with a team to greenlight projects. The most important thing to me is that I make a positive contribution to the future of the film industry. Follow for more.
Here is my favorite way to respond to passive-aggressive comments at work. Even if they're people who are like above you or you have to tread lightly, this works every time. So the thing about passive aggressiveness is that it depends on the context. If you take passive aggressive phrases by themselves, they don't seem offensive. But when you add the context around it, that's what makes it offensive. So for example, if you have somebody who's pretty insecure about themselves, they're gonna think everybody's being passive aggressive all the time. On the contrary, people use passive aggressive language to offend and hurt people and control people all the time. And sometimes you are working in an environment with different generations, people from different backgrounds, people with different personalities, people from different countries. So this is what you're going to say the next time somebody says something passive aggressive to you. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that we're not getting lost in translation. Did you mean that genuinely, or were you trying to hint at something? This is perfect because if the person is being genuine, it gives them an opportunity to say, oh no, I was being genuine. I'm so sorry if that came out passive aggressive. Or if they're being passive aggressive, this gives them an opportunity to address it directly. What they choose to do is up to them. Take it at face value and move on. You got this, and follow for more.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have AI on your resume, go add AI to your resume. And what I mean by that is AI tools. So like ChatGPT, Copilot. Like for me, I'm a video editor, so I would say I know Premiere's latest AI integrations. LinkedIn and Microsoft came out with this 2024 Work Trend Index, and there's a bunch of other research too, but this is a global expensive research study. LinkedIn showed 142x increase in members adding AI skills like Copilot and ChatGPT to their profiles. And this is the crazy statistic. 71% of companies say they'd rather hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills than a more experienced candidate without. Hard skills are now trumping education and experience. And AI skills are trumping any other skill. So if you're trying to get a job right now, yes, play around with like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, but also go to Google and find out AIs that are in your industry and just start playing around with them. Just like economist Richard Baldwin said, AI won't take your job, but someone using AI will. So companies, they want people who know AI.
How to answer the worst job interview question ever. What is your greatest weakness?
Thanks for coming in today. So what's your greatest weakness? I would have to say I care too much. I work too hard. I'd say I'm just generally an unmotivated person. I'm a perfectionist. Stop. They're not actually asking what your greatest weakness is. What they're trying to do is gauge your self-awareness, how you speak critically of yourself, and your professional etiquette. The trick is to pick a weakness that's true but doesn't really impact your ability to do the job. Here are some examples. So what's your greatest weakness? One thing that I'm currently working on are my delegation skills. I tend to think it'll just be easier to do everything myself, but I know that delegation is a skill I need to master in order to advance into more senior roles in my career. So I'm currently challenging myself to delegate one thing a week, no matter how big or small. Right now, I'm challenging myself to become a better listener. I've noticed that I tend to get in my own head when others are speaking, and it impacts my ability to be a good coworker. So I'm currently listening to a podcast about active listening skills, and it's really helping. You got this, and follow for more.
If anyone else is watching The Golden Bachelor, can we talk about it real quick? I signed up to watch a show because I thought it was going to be cute and wholesome and last one season and be done, okay? I'm watching it, you know, it's cute. It's having an emotional impact on me that I wasn't expecting. I don't know quite how to articulate my thoughts yet, but seeing so many grown women who have lived their lives and are no longer attached to or like self-identify as like a mother or a wife, like they just seem so at peace. And I saw this quote the other day or TikTok saying like, you never see women at peace. Like you never see a woman who's just like relaxed, you know? And like if anybody else is watching it, like they can't even make up drama because all these women just love each other and get along so well because they're all so confident and happy. And I'm just like, oh, I want to be 60.
So you were not quiet quitting then?
No, I was not.
The opposite.
I was very loud quitting.
You were like loud quitting, but you were also being a stellar employee.
Yes. And I think that's why I felt I had the balls to loud quit because I was like, I'm valuable. When I found out I was underpaid, I told them like, this is exactly how much money I need to make to be fairly compensated. I showed them the jobs I were hiring for that. And then I also brought to the table, this is the impact I've had on the contract. Yeah. So I was working directly with the federal, you know, lead on that was leading this contract. She loved me. Like, and I was brand new and she was like, we need you. You need to stay. You're important. Like, and she would tell me this all the time. So I would tell them, I'm valuable. You cannot lose me. Yeah. They did not care. And when I put in my 2 weeks, do you know what they said?
What?
Name your price. And I told them I already did. And I left.
Ooh.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. The
No
audacity.
6 sneaky culture questions to ask at the end of a job interview.
So do you guys give out like bonuses, or how does the company celebrate and reward employees' successes? So do you guys like give out promotions, or am I going to be stuck in this position forever? Can you tell me a bit more about any professional development or opportunities for upward movement? Are you one of those companies that would pay for my gym membership? I saw on the company website that you offer health and wellness benefits. That sounds great. Can you tell me a bit more about that? Do you even like working here? Blink twice if you need help. I'd love to know what your favorite day working here so far has been and why. So was this company like super bureaucratic and political? Because if so, I'm out. How would you describe the organizational structure here? Like what department makes major decisions? So I'm trying to have a kid soon. Is that gonna suck? Or I noticed on the company website that you prioritize family values. Can you tell me a bit more about that? You got this, and follow for more. And so then when I went to get my colonoscopy, I have photos, and you know what they found in my... Ew, shut up, that's disgusting. What in the world makes you think that anybody here would care about that? I'm gonna stop you right there. I actually get really squirmish about anything medical, so feel free to just skip the details. Yeah, but like, between us, I actually have a UTI, because this weekend I had 2 one-night stands, and they got a little kinky. I didn't ask, and I don't care. Why are you even telling me this? We are not friends. Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon. So, do we still have a deadline today, or did it get pushed? I've been on and off the wagon for years. Alcohol, pills, needles, you name it. With all this pressure we're under, I feel like I'm gonna crack again, you know? Oh no, we can't let that happen. You know, my uncle's in AA. Maybe he can help you. I'll give you his number. Is there anything that you need from me? Maybe I can help you out with your work. I don't feel as though I'm the right person to be sharing this information with. Have you tried talking to a counselor? They can be really helpful. People overshare for several reasons. To get a reaction out of you, to confirm in their mind that you're close, maybe it's to communicate trust with you, maybe they just want attention. But it is not normal to get TMI with coworkers who aren't your friends outside of work. And you should always be careful about who you give sensitive information to. Follow for more. Hey Erin, I just got a $1,000 bonus at work. Hey, that's great, congrats. Thanks. I'm not sure if I should use it to pay down my student debt or invest it. Any advice? Oh, have you ever heard of the 6% rule? What's that? It's a personal finance guideline that goes like this. If the interest rate on your debt exceeds 6%, pay it down before investing. But if the interest rate is less than 6%, you can prioritize investing over paying it down. Why 6%? Because the average return in the stock market is over 6%. So if your debt is costing you more than your potential return, you'd want to pay that down. But if what you could earn in the stock market is greater than what your debt is costing you, you'd want to invest. It's not a hard and fast rule, and everybody's on a case-by-case basis. But it's a nice simple rule to help guide you. Thanks, Erin. I'm so happy I follow you. You got this, and follow for more.
How to gracefully get out of any conversation.
So my cat goes over to her litter box and she starts digging, and you'll never guess what she did next. Oh, 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. Hi, Grandma. What's up? You fell? Oh no. Crazy. And what did your cat do next? I have to pee. Yeah, it was great. So, Well, I'm gonna go grab a coffee, but it was great to meet you, and I'll see you around. And then again, my cat with the litter box. Oh shoot, sorry, I hate to cut you off, but I just remembered that I have a meeting, but I would love to continue this conversation later if you're around. And then get this, Nancy put me on another project. Oh, well, with that, I'm gonna let you get on with your day, but thanks for catching me up. You got this, and follow for more.
How to handle a counter offer when you quit your job.
Sweet, I got a new job offer, and it's paying $10,000 more than my current salary. Guess I'm gonna have to put in my 2 weeks. Hey boss, I wanted to let you know that I found a new job and my last day will be on the 8th. Oh no, really? Oh man, is there anything we can do to get you to stay? What are they paying you? To be honest, they offered me $10,000 more than I currently make. We can match it. Will you stay? Really? Don't do it. What? Who are you? Why not? Because you're leaving for a reason. Yeah, but don't do it. Let me ask you this. Is money the only reason you're leaving this job? Well, no, my boss is MIA and the workflows are a mess and I guess I'm just pretty burnt out. Leave. You went through all this trouble of finding a new job and got a great offer. Don't fall for that carrot they're dangling. Just turn it down with gratitude. Or you can use the counteroffer to renegotiate with the other company, but that's for another video. Okay, I'll try it. Thank you so much for your generous offer. I'm so grateful. At this point, I need to move on to this new opportunity, and all I'll accept is an open door in case I ever decide to come back. Thank you again. You got this, and follow for more.
How to answer tell me about yourself in a job interview.
Hi, thanks for coming in today. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Okay, what do you want to know? I went to college at the University of Maryland, and then I received an internship, and then I transitioned into a full-time position, and then, well, first of all, I'm a Gemini vegetarian. Psst, answering this question correctly is so important. They're asking you to set the tone for the whole interview and make them think, wow, they really are a great fit for this role. Let's try it again. Hi, thanks for coming in today. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Absolutely. So I grew up right outside of Washington, D.C. in Silver Spring, Maryland, and I always knew that I wanted to work in the film industry. So I went to film school, and while I was there, I had the opportunity to intern at National Geographic, which is where I completely fell in love with nonfiction film. In May, I graduated cum laude with degrees in film and marketing, and I've been working as a junior editor, sharpening my workflow and client-facing skills. But now I'm ready to join an ambitious team of creatives and get back into full-time nonfiction editing. So when I saw that production studio had an opening, I knew I had to apply. You got this, and follow for more.
How to answer the most annoying job interview question ever. What is your greatest weakness?
Thanks so much for coming in for today's interview. So, what would you say is your greatest weakness? Oh, I'm late to everything. Like, all my family and friends know to factor in at least 15 minutes. I curse like a sailor. My greatest weakness is actually a strength. Oh, well, there's, I ramble. It's not really something that gets in the way of my work, necessarily. It's just that, stop. Okay, so the trick here is to name a weakness that's true, but it doesn't really impact your ability to perform in the role. Here's my formula. You want to spend 10% of your answer naming the weakness, and then 90% of the answer talking about how you're working on improving yourself. Here's an example. So, what would you say is your greatest weakness? Right now, I'm challenging myself to become a better listener. I notice that I tend to get in my own head when others are speaking, and it impacts my ability to be a good colleague. So I'm currently reading a book on how to improve my active listening skills, and I gotta say, it's really helpful. Ooh, something I'm embarrassed to admit is that I'm bad with names. I started using this technique that I learned on a podcast where I repeat the person's name when I meet them. So you might have noticed today that when I walked in and I shook your hand, I repeated your name. One thing that I'm currently working on are my delegation skills. I tend to think it'll just be easier to do everything myself, but I'm learning that delegation is a skill I need to master in order to advance into more senior managerial roles. So I'm currently challenging myself to delegate at least one task a week, no matter how big or small. You got this! And follow for more.
How to handle feedback at work without crying.
So just to end with one piece of feedback, I noticed that you are more than 5 minutes late to the majority of meetings, and that might seem like a small thing too, but being on time is really important, especially with client calls. Do you think that this is something that we could work on? Why do you hate me? Wait, I am not late to every single meeting, and half the time when I get on these calls, we're still waiting for the client to get on anyway, so I really don't get why you're yelling at me and nitpicking the tiniest thing when literally nobody even cares. Okay, think of constructive criticism or feedback in the workplace like a baseball. Your boss is throwing a baseball to you, and you can choose to either let it hit you right in the face, ow, or you can choose to take out your nifty little imaginary baseball mitt and catch it, and then you can take it down and look at it. And while you're looking at it, you can say, thanks for the feedback, I'll take that into consideration moving forward. But then you can look at the ball and think, who threw this ball? Why did they throw the ball? Is the ball valid? Does the ball have a point? Maybe I should take this ball home and put it on my shelf as a reminder. Or you can drop the ball and move on with your day. You are going to get a lot of criticism and feedback throughout your life. Some of it is going to be from a good place, from people who care about you and want to see you thrive. And some of it will be from a bad place, from people who are just insecure or jealous. Don't let the baseball hit you in the face. Catch it and look at it. You got this! And follow for more.
So if you're somebody who wants to switch industries, maybe because you're bored or you want to make more money, but you're not quite sure how to do that, there are 2 words you need to know. Lateral move. A lateral move is when you switch to a different position that's on the same level as yours. So you're getting paid the same and the responsibilities are the same, but it's in a different department or a different industry. So an example would be if you went from like a junior account executive in sales to an associate producer in the film industry. A lot of people are too afraid to make a lateral move because they think it's like too scary or it's impossible, or maybe they got their degree in that one thing and they've invested a lot of their career in that one industry, but people do it all the time. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing, supply and demand. We all get paid to produce things that the market is demanding. And that doesn't change whether you're in tech, hospitality, health, entertainment, etc. So apply to those jobs, and when you get an interview, go in and say that you're making it look a lateral move. It makes you look self-aware that you don't have a lot of experience in that industry, but you do have transferable skills. Follow for more.
Hey Erin, how you doing? I hope your vacation was going well. Was it good? Yeah, it was nice, thanks. So, what's up? You know how we were working on that project before you left, the one with the real estate client, and then we said that we were going to bring in the freelancer, then the client gave us feedback, and I was wondering if you were able to take a look at it, if I was able to send it to you. You were just getting back this week, so no worries if you need to circle back. I think that you're in the Slack channel, and I also put the information in Asana just in case you need it there, but they basically just want like the type adjusted and something about color and the technical things. I don't know, I'm not sure, but stop. Are you an over-explainer? Sometimes at work, certain people feel that being straightforward is rude, because maybe that's not how they operate in their personal life. But it's not. As Brene Brown says, clear is kind. Learning how to briefly articulate and efficiently communicate what you need from others is respectful of their time and mental energy. Let's try that again. Hey Erin, welcome back. I just forwarded you some client feedback. Warning, it's a little all over the place, so let me know if you have any questions after you review it. The internal review is scheduled for Wednesday, so please let me know if we need to push that. Thanks, I'll take a look. You got this, and follow for more.
How to negotiate when a company completely lowballs you, but you don't want to sound ungrateful, you just need more money.
Hey, congrats! We'd love to offer you the job. I just sent you the offer letter. How does $52,000 a year sound? Are you kidding me? That's it? Oh man, I was hoping for something higher than I'm currently making because my student loan repayments just started and living in the city is really expensive. Am I allowed to negotiate this? Yay! First of all, thank you so much for the offer. I'm so thrilled and flattered you'd like me to join the team. However, after reading the offer letter in full, I unfortunately can't accept as is. The offer is much lower than I was expecting, and although I'd love to say yes right now, for this specific role, I'll need an annual compensation of at least $62,000 to move forward. Are you able to help me get there? I understand. Let me review with the team and we'll get back to you on that. Hi, so the team said that we can do $60,000, but with a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Does that work? Yes, that works. Thank you so much for looking into that for me. Feel free to send over the updated offer letter and I'll have that signed for you ASAP. You got this, and follow for more.